Hey, it's me again already. I go a couple months on long form and then 2 videos. Must mean there's something special happening. I reviewed just the other day the Nexus Pro X, and wow, do I have a lot of good things to say about that. You can check out that review up there. So to go with the Nexus Pro X, we have the half price to that, 25 US Aeon Pro. This new one, let's see if it makes all the same iterative improvements that we would hope for as the last one did. Quick recap on the Aeon Pro. The Aeon Pro also came out around 2020, I believe. People will correct me if I'm wrong. And was a really solid blaster. It actually hit a little harder than my Nexus consistently by 5 or 6 FPS. It also had that mag adapter that the other one had. And some people really like that you could breach load it as well. I never really did that, but you know what? For every weird feature, there's someone who thinks it's awesome. This was a great option for a very, very cool budget blaster. Always wish that it had a stock point on here, and I personally am not a big fan of top prime blasters. Some people actually went so far as to make pump kits for this because the internals were a little bit different than the Nexus apparently. I mean, it does get a little bit more pop. People were big fans of this one, both casually and to mod. Let's go forward to the new one. I had to prime that back because this one does not have a skinny pusher. Dry fire. Just at a quick glance, there's some of the features that we saw in the Pro X version. We do have a scar, not the bearing one, just the threaded one, which still, for a $25 price point, pretty good. Looks like we have that new dual mag release where you can do that 2 separate ways, which I'll show you in a second. It has slam fire. It's on the box. I'm gonna say it now so I don't forget because I always forget. And it has a stock point. Also interesting that this one is kind of more orange like the last one with just a touch of that Pro X purple. Purple mags? Oh, I'm gonna be trading the mags back and forth. Let's open this up. Here it is. This looks pretty great. It does have cool looking purple mags, but it only has one. But these are so pretty. I kind of wish the Nexus Pro X came with purple mag, but I know they're trying to contrast things with orange with the purple body. Maybe a good reason to get a couple Aeon Pro X's. People do love a good colored mag. Love that skinny pusher. Again, we have the gravity drop here, or you can just go grab it with your thumb like that. I typically change mags that way. I'm no pro. It's just what I typically do. We have more rail options than we had before. We have a rail underneath now as well as on top. I really like the texturing that is on this part of it. It just looks really great. Oh, I almost forgot. It has rails on either side too. I can mount a gauntlet on this thing. And of course now it does have that N-Strike compatible stock. So I'll throw my Omnia stock on there. At least that's a use for an Omnia stock. I'm just kidding. The Omnia stock's not too bad. It'd be cool to kind of paint this up, maybe paint it purple or something. This has such a better sight than the Nexus Pro X. If you watch that other video, I did not like that it came with this big goofy closed in sight instead of just regular iron sights. I feel like right off the bat, I'll actually be able to hit something with this one. There's a sight built into the back of the slide, and then we have this little rail mounted one up here. We have a safety, of course. Oh, before we try it out, let's put in the threaded scar that comes with it. Of course, the bearing scar from the Nexus Pro X will also work in here. These are cross compatible. I just like to try it first with everything that came with. Well, with the exception of the stock. Apologies for how bright it is. We're gonna try first with the threaded scar. 156, 148, duplicate 148, 150, 152. I had some high 150s before I was recording, so you'll see me reference that after, which is always the way. And now with the bearing scar, 167, 172, duplicate 172, 175, 178, 166. I wish this came with that B car. No scar at all. 159, duplicate 159. I'm definitely not as big a fan as the threaded scar as I am the bearing B car, but accuracy is worth losing a few FPS. Well, that is a spicy $25 meatball. Now, with the original threaded scar, I was getting just shy of 160, 157, 158, right in that range. When I tried the bearing scar from the Nexus Pro X, we went up into the low 170s, which is, whoa, that's impressive. This little bearing scar is a pretty cool little attachment. It's too bad that this one doesn't come with it, but I mean, they're trying to do that $25 price point. And even with what it comes with, you're still getting a little bit of a performance boost over the old Aeon. One thing that some people may not not like is you can no longer breech load. This is filled in up here. That doesn't worry me too much, but I know for some that'll be something that'll annoy them. Right in the bear's tongue. This is quite a little blaster for very little money, because Nerf stocks or spare stocks are a dime a dozen. You can have a pretty good little blaster for a day of fun on the cheap. I'll try Slamfire just to try it, since I never do. It does it. Personally, I would be more tempted to spend a little bit extra money and get that Nexus Pro X if you're just looking to get one. If you have a little bit extra, or you want to get a blaster for a friend, or have a loaner or a spare, this is a pretty economical way to do it. The Nexus Pro and Aeon Pro name, with that X added, are going to continue to be relevant for another 4 years in the hobby, I'm sure. These are wonderful budget-conscious blasters that don't really sacrifice much. I'll catch you guys in the next short form, where I'm probably going to do something that's not performance-based and more goofy-based. But we'll see, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Oh, I always forget things. The Aeon Pro also comes with that spare O-ring, and I'm really liking these glasses that they're providing. They have adjustable length arms. Like, I know they're just cheap safety glasses, but they feel like a really good option. They have adjustable ears for adults or kids or wherever in between. And I love that they have some side protection as well. And in my opinion, the distortion on these from the plastic lenses is not bad at all. Compared to the original glasses that were coming with a lot of the blasters, I found that plastic distortion not very pleasant. These, not bad. I would use these for sure. That's that one more thing that I forgot. No storage space for this O-ring, but I'm gonna put this second one in with my Nexus. Bloop. Safe and sound. There's always something I did forget in my Nexus video, and I didn't want to forget for this one. There's actually threaded M3 inserts in the stocks of both of these. Here it's on the end strike attachment point. Here is on the actual stock. So you can put in a metal sling point if you want to sling this around your shoulder. I just think that's a really thoughtful thing that they added. Oh yeah, that looks good with the purple mag.